that they had become suspicious of happiness. Glad thoughts made them miserable, kind words made them ill, pretty things sent them into a rage. They were only content when they had something to complain about, so they complained about everything. Groan complained that the ground was too low. "Why did they put it under my feet where I can trip over it?" she wailed. Moan complained she had to breathe so much. "All day and all night," she railed. "When is there time for anything else?" Groan and moan were the greatest complainers you ever met. They complained that fire was too warm and water too wet. They complained the day was too long and the sky too high. Even after they had closed their eyes at night, you could still hear them complaining in their sleep.
The youngest girl was named WoodFinger, and she was very different from her sisters. She was so quiet you could forget she was there. She spent all day by the window staring out at the damp, dark trees of the forest. She could sit there so long that the spiders began to spin webs behind her ears, and woodlice crept into the cracks between her toes. And you can imagine how much Groan and Moan complained about that. They stamped around her, yelling, "You sit so still by the window all day, you attract all the squirrels and birds, while we wash the clothes, clear the dishes away. Now, WoodFinger, get up and work." But WoodFinger would not move. "My ears are hurting with your shouting," she said. "Leave me alone, I am trying to think."
Time moved on. WoodFinger changed from a girl into a young woman. One day she jumped up suddenly from her thoughts. "At last," she cried excitedly, "I've thought of a plan. We're never going to be poor again." She laughed and embraced her sisters. "This is what we'll do," she said. "I will turn myself into a tree with beautiful flowers. You two will collect the flowers and we'll sell them for good money." Have you ever heard of a person turning into a tree? Well, neither had Groan or Moan, and they did not like it at all. "Don't you know it's dangerous to turn yourself into a tree?" cried Groan. "How can we go out selling flowers," demanded Moan, "when we're not allowed to leave the house?" "Calm down, sisters," said WoodFinger. "Don't you want things to change around here? Don't you want to put an end to Mother's sufferings? Then you have to be brave. Do as I say and everything will be fine."
WoodFinger told her two sisters to fetch 2 jugs of water. She unbolted the door and led them outside. "Now listen carefully," she said. "First of all, you'll pour 1 jug of water over me. I will turn into a flowering tree. Then pick as many flowers as you can, but take care not to break any twigs. Afterwards, pour the other jug of water over the tree, and I'll become a girl again." Her sisters were frightened. "I don't want to do it," whimpered Groan. "Something will go wrong, I know it," sobbed Moan. "Oh no, oh no, oh no," they wept together. But WoodFinger closed her eyes and held out her arms. "Pour the first jug," she said.
When the water covered her body, WoodFinger's legs grew into the earth. Her arms grew towards the sky. Her face grew over with bark, and soon she had turned into a flowering tree. Have you ever had a glorious dream? Do you remember how perfect you felt? That is what WoodFinger looked like as a tree. Its leaves were green as joy, its wood black as despair, and its flowers red as love. When they saw it, Groan and Moan lost all their doubts. They began to weep with joy, for they had never seen a tree so beautiful as their sister.
Groan and Moan gathered as many flowers as they could carry. They did it slowly and carefully, making sure they did not harm a single leaf or twig. When they were finished, they poured the second jug of water over the tree. Its roots and branches folded up, and in an instant WoodFinger was standing before them again, wringing the water from her hair. She felt tired. "I can't go with you to sell the flowers," she said. "Turning into a tree has made me weak and I have to lie down. You two go without me." "But where should we go?" asked Groan and Moan. "Go to the royal palace," said WoodFinger. "They will give the best price." "But the king and queen are cruel and evil," moaned Groan. "They will have us beaten and thrown in jail," groaned Moan. "Sisters," said Woodfinger, "you and Mother are all I have in the world. Would I ever send you into danger?"
Groan and Moan set out for the town with baskets full of flowers. When they drew near, the scent of the flowers wafted into the streets. They smelled so delicious that all the townsfolk stopped what they were doing and put their noses in the air. "What is that heavenly smell?" they cried. A great crowd gathered around Groan and Moan, and everyone wanted to buy the flowers.